I don't know if you guys out there are familiar with Super Beatdown, but I've been a fan of Super Beatdown for about maybe 5 or 6 years. I believe they also call themselves Bat in the Sun or whatever. That's their YouTube channel, but I call them Super Beatdown though. And I watch some of their fights though. They make some pretty good entertaining fights though. They don't really go into the logics and stuff like that like Screw Attack does. They don't pick the winner for us and stuff like that. Because I was reading the interview about Super Beatdown, the guy who does the fights and stuff like that. He said he thinks it's unfair and kind of arrogant to sit there and try to pick the character that they want to win. They say they don't do that. They actually allow the fans to choose who they want to see win, which I think that is fair in my opinion. I think that is fair for them to do that kind of stuff like that. But for the life of me, why haven't they done a Goku versus Superman yet, man? Like, they done some very good fights. They done a Red Hood versus the Punisher, which that was a good fight. They did Wolverine versus Batman. That was a pretty good fight, and it made sense. It made sense to have Wolverine beat Batman because Wolverine, in my opinion, would actually beat Batman though. But a lot of people say, well, Batman always find ways and stuff to win, which that is true though. But Wolverine would fucking destroy Batman. And I believe I made a video a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, about the Wolverine versus Batman. And I think Super Beatdown commented on one of my videos and saying like, they appreciate my opinions and stuff like that though. Batman versus Wolverine videos and see that though, because they left a comment up there and saying like, hey man, I like you, hey man, I appreciate your support and your opinion and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, like, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it though. But yeah, back to the Goku versus Superman fight. But like, I don't understand why Super Beatdown has not done that fight yet. Which I think if they do that fight, they would most likely be stepping in danger zone. Now most of the Super Beatdown fights, they're not very long. Most of them last for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, or 5 minutes or less, or whatever though. But if they were to do a Goku versus Superman fight, they would have to at least make this fight pretty long. They had to at least make it 10 or maybe 15 damn minutes though. But I just never understood why they never done that though, because I guarantee you, if they decide to do a Goku versus Superman fight, I guarantee you Goku would get the most votes. I guarantee you he would probably get the most votes from the fans out there, and they would declare him as the winner. They're not going to go into the logics and stuff like that, even though they'll still make Superman win, because even if Goku does defeat Superman on Super Beatdown, they is going to have like a second ending where Superman make a comeback and beat Goku. So, what I'm saying, it's fair enough, But they do try to be fair with their fans, though, unlike Screw Attack. Screw Attack sit there and pick the winners and stuff like that. Because one of the guys even said, doing all your research and going back in the 70s and 80s in the comic books, that shit can get kind of confusing sometimes, though. It really can. It can get very confusing and shit like that. And I agree with the guy who does the fight on Super Beatdown. That shit can kind of get confusing. Because, Super Beatdown, they're not going to go through all the fucking comic books and shit like that. They're like, hell no. They're going to just throw them in there. They're just going to throw the characters in there and let us decide who we think that should win. Now, I know a lot of people don't agree with that. A lot of people say, oh, man, that's fucking stupid. How can you just throw them in there and not have do no research on them? Like, so? Who cares? Like, shit. You don't see them, throwing in comic books about Batman and Superman, Dawn of Justice. You don't see people saying, they got to do their research first. We got to know the comic books and, all the stuff about who can do this, who can do that. Ain't nobody paying no attention to that shit. They just throw Batman and Superman up in there. Like, part of the shit, from what I heard from Dawn of Justice, they using some of the shit off the comic books. From what I heard, though, I could be wrong. But I can't wait till that movie come out. I'm definitely going to go see the Batman versus Superman Dawn of Justice. I'm definitely looking forward to that, though. But, again, back to the Goku versus Superman fight. I think this fight would need to at least last for about 10 or 15 minutes, though. But I don't think Super Beatdown really wants to step in the danger zone, because when you do a Goku versus Superman fight, you're basically stepping in danger zone. You're stepping in danger zone, and I don't think they want that kind of a headache that Screw Attacks is dealing with right now. Because ever since Screw Attack did that Goku versus Superman fight, they got some fucking heat for that shit. Like, it got so fucking bad, man, that the fans out there, the Goku fans out there was on Screw Attack's ass so goddamn bad that they made Screw Attack go back and do a Goku versus Superman 2 fight. That's how bad that the Dragon Ball Z fans got under Screw Attack's skin, man. Because I don't think they did that just to please everybody. I think they did that shit just to say, like, okay, we'll finally do a Goku versus Superman 2 fight, so you guys can finally shut up. I think they did it. I think that was one of the reasons why they did that. I don't think they just did it for entertainment purpose. I think they just did it just to try to shut us up. But yeah, but I think it would be kind of difficult. Super Beatdown, I think it would be really difficult for them to find the right character for Goku. Because you gotta understand, you have to be real careful how you utilize Goku. You know, not too many people can really become Goku. Like Goku, you know, he's an anime cartoon character in Japan, and it's very difficult to utilize Goku. It is, especially when people in America try to fuck with Dragon Ball Z. I mean, look what happened to fucking Dragon Ball Evolution. You guys remember Dragon Ball Evolution? How fucking disaster that shit was. They didn't know how to utilize Goku right. You know, people, and I'm not trying to sound racist or anything like that, but Goku stands a better chance in Japan being utilized better than he is in America. Because I guarantee you, if Toriyama would give all his rights up to some writer in America or something like that, somebody from DC comic books, I guarantee you, man, they would not know how to utilize Goku right. They wouldn't. They wouldn't know. So Goku's better off being utilized in Japan better. The same thing what I said about Screw Attack. You know, even though the Goku versus Superman fight on Screw Attack was pretty good, but when you watch the fight, man, you can just look and tell, like, they don't know how to utilize Goku. I don't care if they do bring up all the mangums and the comic books or whatever about these characters. When you look how Screw Attack utilized Goku, you just look at him and say, they're not utilizing him right. They just don't. Maybe some of you people out there might say, well, they did an excellent job with Goku. No, they don't know how to utilize him right. They just don't. But Super Beatdown, I think the problem would be, like, I know they'll find the right clothes for Goku, but I'm going to tell you what's going to be the real big problem with the Goku versus Superman fight. I'm going to tell you what's going to really be the big problem on Super Beatdown is the hairstyle. It's the hair. They're going to have to, I don't know how they can do it though, but I think that is one of the most difficult part, very most difficult part that Super Beatdown is going to have to do, is the hairstyle of Goku. You know, what is Goku going to look like when he becomes a Super Saiyan and all that stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, Goku is very difficult. He's very difficult because you got to, you know, his hairstyle and shit like that. It's going to be very difficult. I don't know how Super Beatdown will pull this off if they do a Goku versus Superman. I just don't know how they're going to pull this off. Because like I said, if they do this fight cannot be no fucking 5 minutes. It's got to at least be 10 or 15 or 20 damn minutes at the least. And have the fans out there, ask the fans out there, who do you want to see win? And I guarantee you, Goku would get the most votes. He would get the most votes in, and he would actually win. I guarantee it. And then all the Superman fans saying that, oh, the only reason why he won because all the Dragon Ball Z fans out there voted for Goku. That's the only reason why they won. They didn't do no research on him and nothing like that. So, you know, they're basically stick with Screw Attack's facts and their logics and stuff like that. That's what they would do, though. But, yeah, Super Beatdown, y'all need to do a Goku versus Superman fight, man. Like, what's the fucking hold up? I think y'all should do that. Y'all definitely should do that, though. But I think they're afraid. I think Super Beatdown are afraid to do this fight. How long you guys been around? You guys been around for a minute, though, and you guys still haven't done a Goku versus Superman fight? Like, what are y'all waiting for? I be reading the comments and people say, "Hey, when you guys gonna do a Goku versus Superman fight? Super beatdown? Like, what are you guys waiting for?" Like, I know it's gonna take. It's gonna be very difficult to do this fight, especially the character of Goku. Superman, they don't really have all that much problem finding the right person for Superman, but Goku, he's definitely going to be very difficult. Because they're going to have problems with the Super Saiyan hairstyle, the Super Saiyan God, and all that stuff like that. They're going to really, like I was saying, they're going to really have a difficult time how they're going to do this. So, I don't know, though. What do you guys think, though, if you guys want to leave a comment? You think Super Beatdown should do a Goku versus Superman fight? I think they should, in my opinion, though. And it's not because I think Goku's going to win, because I know he's going to win. I know he's going to win. Because if they do this fight and they ask us who do you want to see win, I guarantee it, Goku's going to have at least the most votes. I guarantee it. But anyway, I've been talking too much. It's your boy OP. I'm out. Peace.